Gain of function, deliberative process, written, public comments. This is in 2014. There's a bunch of doctors, but Elizabeth Hart is the first one we're going to read on. Center for Arms Control and Non-Proliferation, Biological and Chemical Weapons Control Program. She sent it to Anthony Fauci too. He was one of them. He got it. It's their name. I take this opportunity to register my oppositions to lab engineering of potential lethal pathogens. This research pushes the limits of legitimate scientific inquiry and risks global public safety. For example, it is pertinent to note that there were 395 biosafety breaches in the United States between 2003 and 2009, including 7 laboratory-acquired infections that risk accidental release of dangerous pathogens from high contaminant labs. In regards to this matter, please refer to my open letter dated 31 January 2012. Read the political and ethical implications of lethal virus development addressed to Paul Keem of the National Science Advisory Board Biosecurity, NSABB. This letter is accessible on the internet via this link. There's the link there. On the subject of H5N1, the U.S. National Institute of Health should be brought to account for funding research into making H5N1 more transmissible. As I ask in my letter to the NSABB noted above, is the U.S. breaching the Biological Weapons Convention by sponsoring the development of a potentially lethal flu virus? Likewise, I question the behavior of the scientist Ron Fauci, who mutated the hell out of H5N1 and admitted he did something really, really stupid when the mutated H5N1 was put into the nose of one ferret and then transferred to others. When Fauci did something really, really stupid, did he pause and think about the ethics of the situation? Did he fully consider the possible consequences of the dual-use research he was undertaking? Did he think about the social responsibilities of science and scientists? I suspect not. Moratorium on research intended to create novel potential pandemic pathogens. This is the abstract. We applaud the U.S. government's funding pause on gain-of-function experiments that create potential pandemic pathogens while deliberations about risk and benefits of such experiments occurs. The risk of some such experiments, which create transmissible strains of highly virulent influenza strains, are so large that a quantitative risk assessment will almost certainly find them unacceptably high. You can pause it and read the rest. I'm about to show you something. This is from the National Institutes of Health. National Institutes of Health lists funding pause of gain-of-function research. Today, the National Institutes of Health announced that it is lifting a funding pause dating back to October 14th on gain-of-function research experiments involving influenza, SARS, and MERS viruses. They succeeded in pausing the gain-of-function. Then Bill Gates came out in 2015. And then, now this.
I thought I would bring that perspective to the topic today, is the issue of pandemic preparedness. And if there's one message that I want to leave with you today, based on my experience, and you'll see that in a moment, is that there is no question that there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak. And I hope by the end of my relatively short presentation, you will understand why history, the history of the last 32 years that I've been the director of NIAID will tell.
That your ass need to go to jail. What do you think? Was it deliberate or just an accidental outbreak or no gain of function here? What you think?